Some places are abandoned for a reason. People believe old houses are empty because they've been forgotten. But sometimes they're empty because something inside doesn't want visitors. For 43 years, nobody entered the mansion. The townspeople believed the third floor was cursed. Then came Daniel Carter, a young photographer who didn't believe in ghosts. He bought the mansion without listening to the warnings. Inside, everything seemed ordinary. Dust covered every surface, yet the silence felt strangely alive. At exactly 2:47 a.m., someone began walking upstairs. The footsteps suddenly stopped, but something remained. Fresh barefoot footprints in the thick dust. At the end of the hallway stood an ancient wooden door. Carved into it were 4 chilling words: "Do not open." The next morning, furniture had moved by itself. Every clock inside the house had stopped at exactly 3:03 a.m. Daniel decided to record himself while sleeping, hoping to catch whoever was entering his room. Exactly 3:03 a.m. Daniel stood up with his eyes still closed, but the camera captured something far worse. Daniel couldn't ignore the door any longer. Every strange event pointed to the third floor. Taking an old rusted crowbar, he stood before the ancient wooden door. The warning carved into the wood had almost disappeared, as if someone wanted it to be forgotten. He took a deep breath and struck the lock. The lock shattered. The door slowly creaked open. Daniel expected to find old furniture, forgotten memories, anything. Instead, the room was completely empty. In the very center stood a single old wooden chair facing the wall. Written across the wall in dried, dark red stains were 4 terrifying words. "You opened IT." Daniel turned around to leave, but the hallway was gone. Behind him was only endless darkness stretching into nothingness. The room had become larger, impossibly larger, as if the mansion itself had changed. Then he heard it, a voice, soft enough to sound like the wind, yet close enough to feel on his neck. Daniel. No one knew his name. No one should have known his name. Desperate for answers, Daniel searched the attic. Hidden beneath broken floorboards, he found an old leather diary. Its pages described the same footsteps, the same room, and something that watched people until it became them. As Daniel read the final page, the attic became silent. Then, another shadow appeared beside his own. Slowly, it moved, even though Daniel hadn't. Terrified, Daniel ran downstairs and reached the front door. It wouldn't open. Every window showed nothing except endless black fog. The outside world had disappeared. A sound echoed from the living room. Daniel turned and froze. Standing only a few feet away was another Daniel. Same face, same clothes, same terrified eyes. But the copy was smiling. Daniel rushed to the nearest mirror. His reflection stared back at him, but something was wrong. He blinked. The reflection didn't. Then, it smiled. The lights went out. Heavy footsteps echoed through the hallway. Daniel raised his flashlight. At the far end stood the tall figure from the camera recording. This time, it wasn't hiding. It slowly lifted one long arm and pointed directly at him. Daniel turned and ran. But no matter how fast he ran, the hallway never ended. Every door he opened led back to the same endless corridor. The mansion was no longer a house. It had become a prison. Daniel checked his phone. The screen flashed impossible dates. 2039, 1978, 2051. Then the battery suddenly dropped to 0 dot. Every clock inside the mansion struck exactly 3:03 a.m. Time itself had stopped. From the darkness, it finally stepped into the light. Its body was unnaturally tall and thin. Its arms almost touched the floor. Its pale face had no nose, only 2 endless black eyes, and a smile far too wide to belong to any human. Without making a sound, the creature rushed toward Daniel. He ran through hallway after hallway. Doors slammed shut behind him. The mansion seemed alive, helping the monster hunt him. Daniel stumbled through a broken doorway, leading to a forgotten basement. The air smelled of decayed old. Candles surrounded strange symbols carved into the stone floor. In the center set dozens of old photographs. Every photo showed the previous owners. Every one of them had disappeared. Daniel looked closer. The final photograph made his blood freeze. It showed him standing in front of the mansion. The picture was dated 43 years ago. Knowing he would never escape, Daniel placed his camera on the floor. He pressed record. If anyone finds this, burn this house. Don't trust what you see. And never open the 3rd floor door. Behind him, something breathed. Daniel slowly turned around. The creature stood only inches away. Its smile widened. The camera suddenly filled with static. One terrifying scream echoed through the mansion. Then silence. 43 years passed. A demolition crew entered the abandoned mansion. Everything was covered in dust, except the 3rd floor room. The old wooden chair still faced the wall. On the floor rested Daniel's camera. Its battery was somehow still full. One worker pressed play. Daniel appeared on the screen. He smiled calmly into the camera. Then whispered, "Thank you for letting me out." The screen went black. Behind the workers, slow footsteps echoed through the hallway. One by one, the lights went out. Nobody was ever seen again.